Hi boys and girls, auntie and uncle, welcome back to my channel. My name is CK and my channel is Ecology, where I bring my viewers around the world to see and explore. Now, I've been spending quite a lot of time here in Singapore, and I am going to do what a lot of Singaporean does during the weekend, which is staycation. Now, the word staycation was not invented by Singaporean, although they do it a lot here in Singapore. It is actually coined by a Canadian comedian back in the early 2000s. It literally means staying in a hotel very near where you live. Now, staycation is very much practiced here in Singapore. I am going to do it this weekend because I also get a lot of questions. Where do I stay in Singapore? Because in Singapore there is quite a few strategic good locations and quite a lot of good hotels to stay in. Now, Singapore is a world-class city, which means it's quite expensive in some of these hotels in Singapore. Today I am at one of the most underrated, I think, hotels in Singapore, which I really highly recommend. I am at Paradox Singapore. I'm gonna show you all around this fabulous hotel and stay until the end of the video, because then I will reveal the price. I'm not getting sponsored in this video, and I'm gonna reveal to you the price I paid for this fabulous hotel. And I'm going to bring you all around Clarke Quay, which I think it's the best location to stay at Singapore. Okay, so follow me and I will bring you around this hotel and tell you why this hotel is really worth a stay while you're visiting in Singapore.
And this is the main lounge. Pretty, I would say, clean cut with huge marble floors. And this is the lobby where you check in and later check out. Now, the staff is pretty friendly, I must say, and it took me only about, I think 15 minutes to check in. It's pretty easy, and we go up to the floor of my room. Now, one thing I don't like is it's pretty zigzag going into the room. It's unlike other hotel room where it's just a straightforward going to the room, east and west wing. For this hotel, it's kind of a zigzag style. So watch out for the sign to go to your room. And my room number here is 318 on level 3. And this is my room. There's like the entrance foyer. Pretty spacious, and yeah, they use key card. There's this huge mirror on the front of the just before the main door, and this room is a twin deluxe that I booked. It looks pretty cute, and don't know for what reason they gave us a third bed. And this is the bathroom. It's pretty spick and span, and I wanted to show you how well they arrange these shampoos and conditioner. I thought it's a pretty neat way to do that. One thing about the bathroom is it's pretty three-dimensional mirror, as you can see, and the shower is pretty new. Now, this hotel was previously called Swiss Hotel. It's been around, but it's pretty new. I mean, look at the cabinet. There's a safety box, and they give you, of course, iron, and iron board is there. I've used it throughout the stay, and I thought it was pretty nice. And here are the tea and coffee they provide you, and there is a boiler, or a kettle, as the British said. Now, it's not much of the view because it's on the third floor, but I must say it's very quiet, and the bed is pretty nice. Now, what I noticed is that they don't really have any USB port. They have the international port, but there you go. I found one USB port that I can use because I didn't bring my socket along. This is on the table lamp, and I think the table lamp can also charge your iPhones if you put it on top. Now, very important for me is the dryer. Now, the hair dryer is on the bottom of the cupboard at the bathroom, and the wiring is really stick to the socket, so you can't really remove it for safety reason. For those of you who like to have a relaxed drink at the bar, the bar here on the first floor is called the Crossroad Bar. The ambience of the bar is pretty nice, and the happy hour starts from 5 to 8 p.m. I didn't go in, but I heard it's pretty pretty a decent bar with really delicious drinks. I actually booked a high tea on the cafe, Market Cafe, down on the first floor. And I must tell you, this high tea was pretty amazing. Just pretty amazing. I mean, everything you can think of from an Asian cuisine here is siu mai. And there you go, that's the buns and all sorts of Asian cuisine you can find here. And in-house guests enjoy a 30% discount. And I'll just have to stop talking and you see what I mean when they give you really an abundance things to eat at this Market Cafe.
Now this is the secret place that I wanted to show you. It's a self-service laundrette where they provide wash machine and you use coins to wash your clothes. Now isn't that fantastic? One of the main reasons I picked this hotel for my first staycation here in Singapore is definitely the location. The hotel is situated in the historic riverside area called Clarke Quay. Now Clarke Quay is a historical center here in Singapore by the Singapore River.
Now, this river plays a very important role in the history of Singapore. This is where the main activities of loading and transshipments of goods happened. But nowadays, Clarke Quay is being transformed into a huge and long pedestrian mall with pubs and shop houses and nightclubs everywhere here in this region. And it is even more spectacular at nighttime. I urge you to explore the entire length of Clarke Quay, and you will be surprised how many things you will get to see, especially a nice stroll during the night. Another great thing about staying in Paradox Singapore, it is right in front of a huge mall called Clarke Quay Central, and there are plenty of breakfast places here at Clarke Quay Central. What I recommend is Swiss Bake. Now, Swiss Bake opened quite early in the morning, about 7 a.m., and they serve all sorts of continental breakfast, including sandwiches, pizza, and look at their sandwiches. They're so delicious, and the coffee here is not bad either. Second choice I recommend is a specialty coffee place called Craftsman. You can try it there too.
We are at the end of my video, and let me tell you, I pay 300 Singapore dollar a night here at Paradox Singapore. Now, I'm not a huge fan of hotels or fancy hotel, but I get so many requests from you all about where to stay in Singapore, and this is one of the most underrated hotels in Singapore, and I think that price really is worth all the things I've experienced here. The hospitality here is really impeccable, and I highly recommend for you to stay at Paradox Singapore. I'm not being sponsored in this video, so my views are pretty much impartial. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can support my channel by going to Buy Me a Coffee. So you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Sicology, and here are more videos of Singapore if you are visiting Singapore and planning to visit Singapore. I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a great weekend like what I did. Goodbye from Paradox Singapore here at Clarke Quay.